Welcome to X Update. I'm your host Scott, as normal. The not so weekly and not so daily news either, I should say that. As always with me, Adam Kamsicker of Damski Gaming.
Hi guys.
Nice one. 3 topics tonight, obviously. The first one is let's start with fucking Assassin's Creed. New Assassin's Creed Torro has just come out.
Literally, like, news just in, almost.
News just in. Literally, what did come out at 5 o'clock? We're now on 8 o'clock.
Yeah, 3 hours behind. Oh well.
3 hours behind the news. The news will wait for us.
Yes, they will.
So what did we see? We saw London.
We saw Big Ben.
We saw Big Ben. We saw
the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, that seems to where they're going this time with it.
It's about time. They've done like everywhere else in the world apart from over here, so yeah.
But am I going to play it? That's the thing.
I own Unity. I have not played it, so I mean, take from that what you will. It doesn't mean it's a bad game at all.
Yeah.
I really can't pass judgment having not played it. The Unity and the 4-player sounds amazing, but I mean, I played Black Flag and I got most of the way through that, and I just there wasn't enough to keep me going, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Maybe just the fact that it is London might keep my interest a little bit longer this time.
It could be, and it looks like from the trailer there's going to be vehicles, and there's going to, horsed vehicles.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not like just random tanks or anything.
Yeah. And at the end of the trailer, if you watch it, there's quite a lot of people stood behind you as you're going forward to face a few people at the end, the normal cinematic trailer ending. Think Brotherhood, when he drops down from the roof of that big party, and then all of a sudden it cuts to a front-on view, and there's like another 6 or 7 assassins for Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Kind of that view. They're calling it Syndicate, Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate, yes.
So it could be multiplayer, it could be co-op again. You never know. To be honest,
all of those things, will it not?
Yeah. Well, they dropped multiplayer for Unity. They didn't have any co-op. No competitive multiplayer.
Oh, right, yeah. I think it's because it's focusing heavily on the co-op aspect, though, which was sort of new to Unity at that point. So, yeah, it's set in the Industrial Revolution, I believe.
Yeah, that's totally correct. It looks like a London under change. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. You play as a pair of twins.
Yes, that's a new feature they're actually bringing in on this one. We have a female protagonist.
Any news on a name?
Yes, I can get you a name actually.
Name.
So we've got a male and female twins. The male is Jacob Frye, and the female is Evie Frye.
Evie Frye. Probably linked somewhere in the timeline of Assassin's Creed that we don't know about.
Yeah, I think if I remember one of the developers once talked about the Assassin's Creed timeline, and that even though the assassins are all interrelated, it's not as closely related as you think. It's actually like this weird how it's all done, basically.
Yeah, I was trying to explain to the girlfriend that Desmond Miles can be related to so many other people through bloodline. It's not just a straight line. It's quite a splinter effect off. So it's not really a thing where they can just say, oh, but it's his black brother. It's more of the fact that they chop and change through the timeline and then go wherever they want, and they're a bit lenient with it.
Yeah, I think it allows them to just literally go from Paris to London to somewhere in the desert.
Yeah, and it's what they should do, to be honest. I don't want my games rooted in fiction.
Yeah, I think it'd be too linear as well. Literally, just each descendant, you'd get bored after a while.
Yeah, of course you would. It's Desmond Miles' younger great granddad. And you're always
possibly twice.
Yeah, and you're always an assassin. I don't want that shit. But that's Assassin's Creed. More at E3.
Yes, it will be at E3, I assume.
Gotta be on it. Microsoft stage again.
Probably, yeah.
This year.
Is it multi-platform? I think it is multi-platform.
Yes, it will be. It will be.
Yeah.
It'll be PC One, PS4. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll see it on the 360 this year, and I don't think you'll see it on the PS3.
I don't know if they've not updated the engine, which there's no news on a brand new engine. Then technically it could still run on the 360, but whether they release it for that or not, that's a different story altogether.
Right then, second news post for today. The May update for the dashboard for the Xbox One.
Yes, the May update.
We're looking at a few new features. Smart Glass can now wake your console if you've got it in instant on mode. So when you're on the same network, you can't be at work, you can't be on a different network. When you're on the same network with the same IP, you can wake the Xbox from Smart Glass. There's two of the new features, but the one that's really going to actually be of some use is the dedicated parties for party chat, which will allow people with bad NATs and bad connections to also talk to people with bad NATs and bad connections. Because basically, as long as you can connect to that server, you'll be fine. We have been on the preview program. We always have. And it's been quite choppy lately. I know you've had problems with your wireless mic syncing.
Yeah, I don't know whether to chalk that up to hardware or being in the beta program. Either way, sometimes it's not too stable. So just a word of warning for anyone with the Turtle Beach Stealth 500Xs. At the minute, if you are in the preview program, you may also find just random, if you get an update, I tend to power the whole console off and back on, because if you just let it do the reset, it doesn't seem to sync the headset, and then you just can't talk to people, which is always fun.
Voice messages are now a part of the Xbox One.
Yeah, voice
lineup.
messages. I mean, these were actually back on the old 360. What do you think to them? I think they're a bit outdated now myself.
Not going to use it. I've got Twitter. I'm going to grab my phone, light it up. I can just use my phone. I can just send you a text. I can ring you. I don't live in a world where I have to pay 10 quid top up to do a 2-minute phone call. And I don't want to send voice messages, to be honest. I don't even send text messages through Xbox Live. But it's a feature.
It's a feature. I think it's a feature to just pacify people, to be honest. I think literally the only reason we have it now, I'm going to say, is because we don't have the old chat pad that you used to have, 360. We don't have that, so now you're literally going across to press A and then all the way across and press another button just to reply to a message. You find yourself replying shorter and shorter messages and then just giving up on messaging altogether. Yeah,
I must admit the chat pad, even though it's an absolute beautiful piece of equipment, look at that fucker. Look at that bad boy. Yeah, there's nothing like that anymore. And to be honest, why is you're in a new age of like Destiny has stuff built in where you come online and everyone with the Smart Glass app and that knows you're online. Why send a voice message? And to be honest, it's not the days of Xbox Live where people would wish you happy birthday on there.
Why don't Microsoft wish me happy birthday?
Yeah, exactly. Where's the Xbox Live message? Happy birthday! Thanks for being that loyal. Here's a free copy of Limbo or whatever.
I think I did get a free copy of Limbo.
You did. I didn't get fuck all.
I don't think it was for my birthday though. I just really oh, by the way, Limbo. I was like, thanks.
That's some fucking giveaway shit they did last year. But that's the dashboard update. What were it? 2 gig download. When we
it was 2 gig. It took me by surprise while you were all sat in Borderlands and I was just sat there watching the nice black screen with a progress bar.
I do think not a lot of people have got it yet though. I think preview members have got the 2 gig. I think it's coming later this month for people not in the preview program.
Actually, that's a point that it doesn't mention anything on the latest post about the 60 frames per second game DVR.
Yeah, where did you find that?
That was some random Twitter post, I'll be honest.
We'll have to check that out. We'll have to make a clip, strip it down and get it in Final Cut and find out how many frames it's actually pushing out.
Yeah.
That could be a good thing to do. But yeah, dashboard updates, getting better. getting worse, breaking. Gives a fuck.
If you're in the preview program, you have to come to expect it. It's normally polished and pretty perfect by the time it reaches end user, or the majority of end users.
Yeah, that's been fun. It's been fun. I enjoyed it when you used to put your disc in, and then it'd not notice you got a disc in, and then try accepting another disc. So, no, that was quite fun. That was December's. December's was really good.
Actually, that's the feature they need. They've got voice chat and they've got text chat. Why is there no voice to text chat? Surely that's the next evolutionary step for the Xbox. I mean, every smartphone has it.
But then you're opening a tab to go and look at your message that no one's sending you. I'd rather have voice to text on invites and stuff. It slightly dulls the background audio. Cortana pops up just at the bottom. Your simple bar pops up at the bottom. It goes boop, boop, boop. and then she reads it out, whatever it says. Even if it goes and then developers
that one.
but then developers will be like making achievements that just make us say random shit.
Wouldn't you if you were a developer?
I would buy any game that makes it say random shit just for that one time it pops. You're like, yeah, 60 quid well spent. Yeah. Right, let's get on to the third one. Fallout 4.
Fallout
4 been rumoured for months on months. There was rumours it was going to be at TGS in Japan last November. Never turned up. People have rumoured it. There's been no real concrete information apart from a post on LinkedIn today where someone that claims to have worked for Del Toro's production company, the famous director, working on the cinematics for Fallout 4, and it's a cinematic trailer, which means it's going to be a trailer for something like E3 or indeed Bethesda's press conference the day before E3.
Yeah, they've got like a whole day booked out now, haven't they? Before E3, randomly.
Yeah, a few hours the day before E3, a bit like what Microsoft did with the Kinect unveiling, where they did it the night before.
When we found out that they'd booked that day, we pretty much both sort of said, this has got to be Fallout 4.
Yeah. There's definitely going to be Doom there. There's definitely going to be Fallout. I don't think you're going to see another Skyrim or Elder Scrolls.
No, but it would be nice to.
I'd like to. I'd really like another Elder Scrolls.
Even just like...
But saying that
now they could just HD port it. There's another one of those we were speaking about yesterday. Just a HD port of the Skyrim game would be fine by me.
They could release an HD port. Technically, it's just a PC version with a bit more mapping. I think we'll see the Elder Scrolls Online. They'll probably show a little bit of console off. Don't know why it'll technically be out. I think the day, 2 days before or 2 days after their conference.
Yeah.
So, but I expect them to sneak something in for console people for that. So you'll get at least some Elder Scrolls. If not, it's just the online. But no, this person's worked for Microsoft doing cinematics. He's a concept artist at Blur Videos. He's done some good videos. Now it leads me to believe that this is probably true. So what we're looking at, E3 for a Fallout 4?
Well, like I say, if they've booked out a day, then surely that's what they're going to be showing off. I mean, everything else now is probably in their like 3-year cycle for production for like 2 E3s down the line.
Yeah.
That's not right. Yeah, 2 E3s away.
2 E3s away. Yeah, we've not got this one yet. We're 5 weeks out. 5 weeks out from this E3.
Yeah, it'd be exciting times actually. Lots of news.
No, I'm chatting shit. We're 4 weeks out.
4 weeks now?
We were 5 weeks out last week. It was 6 weeks when I originally said 6 weeks. So,
stop chatting shit.
Yeah, stop chatting shit. Start taking my weeks off when weeks have happened. Yeah, I can see it being at Microsoft. Probably after the Bethesda. Depends who they align with this time. They've been siding with Microsoft for Fallout. We've had the DLC twice now for Fallout and New Vegas first. And the PS3's never had it quite so good. DLC's always launched broken. But you never know. They may be putting some cash in on this. Try and get it on PlayStation first.
be honest. It's just who's got the deeper pockets and who's willing to pay the money.
The deep pockets they reside with Microsoft. They've got the deeper wells. Sony has been rumoured to be wanting to sell off the PlayStation brand.
Yeah, that's been rumoured for a few years now, but they keep backpedaling the statements, saying no, we're keeping hold of the Sony brand forever.
Yeah, and they've just sold off Sony Online Entertainment, the EverQuest, and what's the new? There's a new MMO they've made. I can't remember it for the life of me, but they've sold them off. They're a new studio now. They're making a new game. They own the rights to EverQuest as well, so EverQuest has technically moved away from Sony. So you could see a new EverQuest on Xbox One and other platforms. Yeah, it's going to be E3, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's got to be. How credible is this source, the guy who works for Del Toro?
There's no name to it. The name has been took off every record when I was looking around. But the stuff he's worked on is verified. Like there was some source video for Microsoft on Forza. There was some concept artist in between Forza and this cinematic trailer. And then there's been some Blur videos. Blur are the company that make videos, produce cinematics. You always see them at the start of games. Yes, they're the people that make the really nice cinematics. And he's worked for them, and he was working under Del Toro's production company. So it's possible. It's very possible. But is it gameplay? Now, he's a concept artist. Or is it going to be real life? Is it going to be a full motion trailer?
Given that the post came out recently, I'd take that as he's updated that because he's only just finished on the concept art, like within the last month.
Yeah,
I think it might literally just be, here's some concept art. Well, here's a rendering. By the way, we're bringing it out. Here's some information about it. Here's like one of our pre-alpha videos. You might get one of those in there. You might not even get that.
Yeah, I think the timeline was from December till March of this year that he was working on it.
Fine. So
well, not really.
They could have a lot of footage in the back burner ready to display, I guess.
Yeah, and that's what I'm expecting, to be honest. I'm expecting a full-blown trailer, E3. Got to be at Bethesda's booth. And it's got to be at Bethesda's live show the day before.
When was the last Fallout game? That's got to be going on a good 4 years, 3 years?
Fallout New Vegas.
How long ago was that, would you say?
5.
5 years?
I'm now going to Google it. Fallout New Vegas release date. Ooh, shit. October 19th, 2010.
2010. So, yeah, you're right there. It's spot on the money, 5 years. That says to me they've been working on a new engine for next-gen consoles.
Now, Obsidian did New Vegas.
So, potentially even longer than that, they've been working on a new engine. This is purely conjecture, surely, but...
Yeah, of course it is.
I'd say new engine, next-gen consoles only, Fallout 4. You heard it here first.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Fallout 3 was 2008.
Wow.
Bethesda Game Studios did that one. I think Skyrim's release date... Right, so Skyrim's release date was a year after 2011. And that was the Bethesda Game Studios. They're the big... Well, Bethesda Softworks. They're the main hitter. They're the ones that knock out the really good Skyrims and Fallout, technically. Yeah. No, I'm just our deep in thought. Then I really want to know. I really want to know Fallout. Before we go, do you want to say or have your word on VATS? Do you like the VATS system, or is it going more FPS?
That's a good one. It's probably going to stay true to its core and keep the VATS system, I'd say. I think I don't want to say that I don't like the game. I do like the game, but I think VATS system is sort of the reason I don't play it as much. I think I'm a bit too FPS for it. If they were to do just a purely FPS version, it's probably it could seal itself a future, like a good 2 or 3 titles.
Yeah. Because 3 was wildly loved. I think. I definitely think it was
one of its like in its heyday. It was at the peak at that point, wasn't it? At 3.
Yeah. I must admit, I only just found Oblivion just before Fallout 3. I enjoyed Oblivion. I got into Fallout 3 a lot more. They made the engine a lot safer and a lot more friendlier to use. It wasn't as clunky as Oblivion. And then New Vegas. I think I blasted through that in like 7 hours. It wasn't a good game. It had the Fallout stuff, but it wasn't written well.
Actually, from a studio point of view, what would stop them? Or you'd think logically, from a business point of view, it makes sense to actually build the Skyrim engine multi-platform, multi-purpose, so that you can go and just port everything that is Fallout straight into that world.
Well, you'd think they're using the Skyrim engine. The Skyrim engine the Skyrim engine was a lot better than the Oblivion engine. Mm-hmm. Granted, the same engine, exact same engine, just a lot more work put on it. I'd rather see them come with a totally new engine, something built from the ground up.
It is definitely possible, given the gap since the last Fallout game, the last Bethesda Fallout game, anyway.
Bethesda.
No.
Yeah.
So I can't word. What's your problem?
I can't math. We're looking into E3, aren't we?
Yeah. Basically, everything I think over the next few weeks that gets leaked is like 99% chance that it's going to be at E3.
Of course it is. No. It's that season again. But
exciting times. A whole load of new games that we won't see for another 6 years.
I can't wait. There's technically only 2 or 3 games this year to come out left. There's not a lot. I'm hoping E3 brings some banging games because there's nothing to play at the minute.
This is true.
So we've covered Fallout, covered new Assassin's Creed, and we've also covered the new dashboard update for the Xbox One. If you're a preview member, you should have got that by now. If not, stay out of the preview build for a little while longer. Wait till summer, let some of the big features come in that they're going to announce at E3. They'll try and ram some stuff out, so don't be in. But if you like this video, subscribe. I'm sure we'll be back this week at some point. If there is news, we will video. That's technically what we're doing at the minute. News video.
It couldn't be any simpler.
No, couldn't one bit. But no, thanks for watching. See you later.
Bye, guys.